Good morning, welcome back to Daybreak. We're here to talk about what can be a difficult time of year for many, the holiday blues. And here with me now to talk about that is Maureen McKenzie, a social worker with Gilda's Club. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to share.
Yeah, one of the things that tends to pop up this time of year are feelings of loss and grief surrounding that loss. So Maureen is going to help us look at the second letter in our series, which is loss. So when we experience a loss, and grief tends to hit in different ways, and you specialize in talking to people about their grief. So what do you notice this time of year?
So the holidays are always something that when people go into it, you know, there's a lot of planning that people have, and oftentimes people play really specific roles. So if you're going into the holidays and you've lost somebody that plays a specific role, it can really change how your holiday looks.
So what can we do to be kind to ourselves if we know that, you know what, I know that this is the last time I saw this person alive, or I always did this with this person every year. We're going to feel the grief, but how can we protect ourselves from having it have too negative of an impact on us?
Right. So we always recommend we use what's called the 3 C's. So you choose, you communicate, and you compromise. So with choose, you're really looking at that internal evaluation. What do I need? What feels comfortable? Again, with those role changes, like, is this a role I can step into comfortably? So finding that balance of how to nurture yourself while considering others. And that's then communication comes in. So once you get to that place, communicating, maybe it's getting to know somebody to be able to say, can I give you a maybe instead of a yes? Can I say, I don't want to do these decorations. Which ones are important to you? It's just a little too much for me. And so finding that ways to bring others into it, and that's where compromise comes in. So I always think of the loss of, say, a maternal role in the household, and say they were the ones that helped gather everybody together. Does that feel like too much this year?
We don't always know what other people are going through. How can we be kinder to those around us, and what should we consider that other people might be dealing with this time of year?
So I think, as I said before, with the 1 year to 20 years, the reality is everybody has some amount of grief that they deal with. And the holidays add to it because they can be stressful, joyous and stressful, all at the same time, as you're really going over really well here. And so with that, I think there's a broad sensitivity that we can bring to the holidays. And so if somebody says, I don't want to talk about that or can't go, allowing people permission just to say no sometimes, and know that it's not always about you, and it's not always about them not wanting to be around you, but maybe just needing a minute to themselves. And so it's really just that listening, being present with people when you're with them, and kind of trying to let go of those high expectations that we really hold at the holidays.
All right, we have Maureen McKenzie with Gilda's Club Grand Rapids. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, thank you.